Oh, just wait a few minutes for anyone to come on.
Go ahead and talk.
How's your day been?
It's been a good day.
Good day.
Yeah.
How about the week?
It's been a busy week with school, swimming lessons. But overall, been really great. This weekend was the best.
Okay.
Yesterday, which was Friday,
Mhm.
we went to the polo game, which was amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, it was really a great game.
Yeah, that was a great game. It started off, really slow. And then it was Citizens versus the Ardens. And Citizens started out with 2,
No.
right? And then
Arden started out
No.
with half point.
Oh yes, with half point, but Citizen came with the 2 points.
Right.
And then Arden just kept coming and beating them like they were like 3 points ahead. But for some reason, I just kept feeling like Citizens gonna win no matter what. And they came through when it was like checker. I think it was checker 3. They came back.
Chucker
3. They came back. Then checker 4, 5, and 6 was the ending. So they won. Citizens won 10 by 7.5 for Arden. So yeah, it was an awesome game yesterday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We love polo. We've been attending polo games in the villages for
almost 6 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Yeah, it's been a long.
Time flies.
Yeah, and this time around it was so special because we managed to get the girls to come with us. So that was really awesome.
Yeah, there was no school for them this Friday.
Right.
So we have 2 going to school, 1 home with my wife. So managed to make it to the polo game, all of us.
Oh, it was so special. They were so excited. My oldest told the coach, and the coach was like, "Now remember, you have to come back and tell me who won and what are the names of the teams." So she was really excited, and she's looking forward to going back to class to see her coach and tell him, how the game went.
I can see if this was in Beverly Hills, California, that would be probably be the norm. But where we live, it's like, my daughter tell her coach, and she's gonna see a polo game. It's like, okay,
right? Yeah, we met a lot of people actually this at the game. It was their first time coming, and they really enjoyed themselves. And one of the couples that we met, I was like, "Hey, you're in for a treat if this is your first time." So I'm sure it was such a great game. It was not boring. We were like, people were getting up, clapping. It was just an awesome game.
Oh,
but
yes.
yeah. What about today? Today was really fun for the girls.
Yeah, well, fun for all of us.
Yeah, and me as well.
Yeah, we went to Sarasota,
Florida.
They had
Pumpkin Festival.
Pumpkin Fest, celebrating fall.
Right.
And we had face painting games, rock climbing.
Our daughter did the unlimited.
Unlimited.
The oldest one did the unlimited with the rock climbing.
Wristband. Allows you to rock climb, trampoline,
and zip lining.
So yeah, it was a full day.
Yeah, bounce house. They also got to do the pony ride. They got to feed the goats. I mean, it was an all-day event. We had an awesome time, and they do it annually. So if you're ever in Sarasota, Florida around this time, I would highly recommend it. It was such an awesome time for the kiddos as well as for us. Just, seeing them have fun. It was really nice. But yeah, enough about our weekend. Hun, you want to tackle some news? That's him. He's all about that.
Me and my wife was kind of debating about how long we should keep her shows. She's saying minimize it to X amount of time. I said, this is the long show. You're going to be here long enough to where, like, you know what? I've had enough of hearing Andre. Let me go to bed. And then those are for those who's going to hang with me right through the entire show. So, do you want to start addressing any relationship issues in the beginning? So, if you get tired, I can end the show with, what's going on in the world. So,
No, just I think I like it just like we did
the first time?
Yeah.
Okay, well, here, let's start off with number one. This is things that interest me. I listen to NPR, National Public Radio, and listen to the BBC News. And these were things that kind of stand out during the week that I take time to read the entire story. All right, so first of all, the Australian chancellor is stepping down amid a corruption probe.
Oh, really?
Yes, he's stepping down. See, and the reason why that interests me is because, go back. Let's go back to the Bible. When God's, told the guy who with
I'm trying to make
the,
sure I can hear you.
the guy with the ark.
Hold on. I don't think I can hear you. Go ahead, speak.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Hold on.
Can you hear me now? The technical difficulties here. Let's get this. Okay. Awesome.
Perfect.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Hope we didn't lose anyone here. Okay. Maybe want to turn that down so we don't get no feedback. All right. So we just finished discussing how our week was.
Yes.
We had a wonderful week.
Absolutely.
So now we're going into addressing what's in the news that is of interest to me, and so let's spend a little time on that. So the first thing is, like I said, the Australian chancellor is stepping down amid a corruption probe. Now, is it Moses, right? When the Lord was it Moses who with the whole ark.
Oh, Noah's Ark.
I mean, Noah's Ark. How did I get that? mixed
Oh,
up?
okay.
Yeah,
I know how because we were talking about Moses
Okay.
earlier.
Okay, so Noah's Ark, basically, Noah, God told him, get pairs of animals, female and male, get them on the ark. And he says, you know what? Because of the violence and corruption in this earth, I'm going to destroy man. You see, when there is so much corruption, when there is corruption, period, in any government, in any business, it's going to bring your business down.
Absolutely.
So, with this chancellor here stepping down, I said that's the best thing to do. And that is the best thing for governments across the world to deal with corruption.
Yes.
Even in our own business, we make sure we keep corruption out of it. We deal straightforward with our customers, our clientele.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
That's
right.
the only way to be, really.
Yeah, that's the only way to be. It actually allows us to sleep better.
Yes. Absolutely. Like you have a peace of mind.
A peace of mind.
Knowing that you're not doing anything crooked.
Right.
Because you know what, I was telling you about the guy, 23 years that they possibly saw at a Dodge game, and the marshal, U.S. Marshal, is asking for help to get him. He was he was at a Dodge game, but it's been over 23 years, and they believe it's him. So I was mentioning to my husband, no matter what you do, eventually you'll get caught.
Correct.
Right. So just do it right the first time.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
All right. So that covers that. The Austrian chancellor is stepping down amid corruption probe. All right. So next thing on the agenda here, it says landmark ruling finds South Korea military illegally discharged a transgender soldier. Ooh, hot one. Now, what do you think about him, being illegally being discharged because he's transgender, a transgender soldier?
So they so they discharged him.
illegally.
Oh wow, that's not fair.
It's not fair. I don't think it is fair.
Right.
We don't discriminate. We don't hate no one because of their sexual preferences. We just
We do not. We have no. We do
no,
not. Why hate them?
no.
That's
God
crazy.
loves them. We govern our life by the word of God,
Yeah.
and God is love. God just hates the sin. He just hates the lifestyle.
He hates any sin.
All sins.
All sins.
Yeah.
Right? So at times they try to make one sin greater than the other. There is no levels to sin.
Correct.
Sin is sin.
Right.
So
So
they
that
did
is
that.
wrong.
Yeah, they did that. That's wrong. You can't illegally just kick him out.
Right.
Come on.
He,
He's serving the country.
he's serving the country, so he should
As long
get
as he's
all the
doing
benefits.
absolutely, if he's doing his job properly,
Right.
if he's not coming against the rules and guidelines or regulations, allow him to work, and that's it.
I mean, I can see it from day one. They said, well, no transgender and no homosexual. And that was written in stone from the time they had written the laws into place centuries ago. That's a whole different story.
Right.
But now you're just coming up with stuff because, no, that's not right. That's not
right. Yeah. That.
So South Korea, get it right.
Right.
And treat the man right. And he should get all his benefits.
That's
all
right.
of it.
All of it.
Every last bit of it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like I said, we don't agree with the lifestyle. God himself don't agree with the lifestyle, but he loves everybody,
sin,
including myself.
period.
I love the guy. I love all of them.
Listen, sin. Again, there's no levels to sin. Sin is sin.
That's it.
So people just need to get over it and let whoever it is, let them do their job.
Okay.
And keep it moving.
Yeah, more power to that guy. More power to him. So, okay, so next thing here is California will soon require free tampons in public schools.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, well, when I was in school, I believe did we have to pay 25 cents or something of that sort? I think. Yeah,
really?
I think that's what it costs, 25 cents. So
now it's free.
I guess that's a good thing, right? Because sometimes you might have an emergency and you didn't realize the dates, were off, and sometimes it comes early, sometimes it comes a little bit later. It throws you off. So I think that's a great step moving forward, and
Well, hope other states will adapt it.
Yeah, absolutely adopt that, because not everyone would have a quarter, to get that tampon at the time of need. So kudos. Let's see if the other states will
California, this is one thing I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, that's really good.
There's not too many things about California. I love California.
Yeah, we just came from there from June. We were there June.
June.
Yeah, the ending of June. That was really nice.
Grand Canyon.
That was a great trip.
Yosemite, a few other places.
Yeah, it was an awesome trip.
Awesome trip. All right, so next here is a mountaineering group is admitting to be the first all-black team to climb Mount Everest.
Wow.
So all black folks, a group of them, decide they want to be the first black group to make it to Mount Everest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything wrong with that. Basically, when I was reading the story, they say the thing behind this is to help promote for black folks to become more in love with the outdoors. I don't know.
Wow. I guess what it is, would I say if it's not in you, it's not in you?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. But, the thing is, if the person has an open mind, they are willing to change that and say, you know what, I'm going to try something new. It's always great to try something new. Like, we're outdoors people. We love the outdoors. We love nature. So we don't mind being, outside, going for a hike, whenever we go somewhere mountains will go on the mountain and things of that nature. But it's like it's a great effort,
Right. I
right?
mean,
It
that wouldn't motivate me to become outdoors, but I mean that's extreme because people do die going getting up to Mount Everest every year.
right.
But I mean, hey, to each his own. Well, how did I become outdoorsy kind of fella? I think a little bit of it's because of my grandfather. He traveled in all of Jamaica, and that sparked an interest in me when I came here to the States. Um, I wasn't on a mission to try to conquer to go to every last state,
Right.
but it just so happened now I've been to 44 of them, and there's no plan to visit all of them. But if it so happens that I visit all of them, well,
That'd be
so let it
awesome.
be. Yeah.
Well, being that I was born in Haiti, we were always in the outdoors because my parents had a farm. They had land, we had cows and animals, horses, chickens. So we were outdoors, planting crops. My parents, they had vineyards, so they were planting crops. So automatically I was
Outdoors.
outdoors,
Yeah.
and it just continued to be with me. And even when we moved here, I love being outside, especially when it rains. I love to be outside, just listening to the rain and watching storms. That's just me. I love to be around water.
But even around our house here,
Yeah.
we have the bird feeder, and we just sit up back and front of
Right.
the yard
Mhm.
where it is inviting for our children to go outside. We even make it intentional for them to walk bare feet, and and they love the outdoors. I guess it's
Absolutely.
what you put in your children.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
But again, it's never too old for anyone to try something new,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So
Absolutely.
if these gentlemen here, well, guys and gals, can convince you by going up to Mount Everest to
Kudos to
convince you
them.
to be outdoorsy kind of spirit. Oh well, so let it be.
Absolutely.
All right. So next thing here is it says the Los Angeles County Sheriff won't enforce a vaccine mandate in his agency.
Okay, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, because I think it's great for people to learn how to think for themselves. God Himself have given us a brain, so I think if we learn to use it and become critical thinkers and just allowing people to think for themselves is great. So they can make that they
Options.
can make that decision for themselves. When you the thing is, I study psychology. The thing with psychology is when you tell someone don't do, that's the very thing that they're gonna do. So if you're forcing people to do something, they're gonna, uh, you know, fight against that. But when you just leave them be, they come to themselves and make the decision that best fits them.
Well, recently you sent me an article about was a fire chief
Yeah,
in Honolulu
right,
who refused to take the vaccine.
right, and refuse to tell the people in his branch to take it as well.
Right, and possibly facing a job loss. Really shouldn't go that far, but they're really forcing this vaccine,
The jab.
the jab, and you know thank God I live in Florida because I love my governor. He's fighting that we may have options. You know, take the necessary precautions. I say 100%. Wash your dirty hands and keep your immune system strong.
Absolutely. Drink lots of water. If you have to make yourself some green juices, go
Yes.
ahead, make them. Yeah, we make green juices, smoothies, green smoothies. Just eat well. Eat your dark leafy greens. Eat more whole foods. Cook more if you can. And if you decide to go out, make the better, healthier options when ordering. That's what I would suggest, right?
Yeah, that's what I suggested.
Yeah.
So next on the agenda, it says document shows Trump lost millions operating DC hotel. Now, think about it for a second. Why do you think that he lost millions operating his DC hotels? What do you think?
I'm not certain as to
Well,
why.
I mean, I personally think you have the pandemic, I call it, and then you have, he was a great guy. He was a great guy as a president. He had his issues, his rhetoric. I will never, I'll never agree with Trump's rhetoric, and I think it's his rhetoric that really cost him um, a second term. If he had, cut down on that divisive rhetoric, and I think that's what has really cost him so much his second chance, and it's also hurting the family business. So, it's a multiple of different things that's cost a loss, millions of dollars of loss in his businesses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes people just don't like you. So not everyone's gonna agree with you. So because they don't like you, that can bring a loss to your business. That's just the reality. So, and yeah, people if people don't agree with you, most likely they're not gonna want to be supporting your business. Why? Like, why am I gonna make this person business grow when I don't agree with them on anything? It doesn't make sense to them, right?
Right.
So
Folks, I mean, you're in leadership, you're going to make some tough decisions. You're in leadership, and if everybody loves you as a leader,
there's
you
a
got you
problem.
got problems.
Absolutely.
So if you're in leadership and you rub some the wrong way, you're doing something. So, it's just what comes with the territory.
And sorry, I have my blanket because I'm a little cold. The AC is blowing this way, so that's why I have my blanket. It is cold.
Okay, I thought she was about to say, the fall weather in Florida, but
We were outside today. It must have definitely got into the 80s
oh yeah,
today.
yeah.
And I'm like, and Hanan's like, my oldest, she's like, Mom, it is not fall. It's not even fall, Mom. It's so hot. It's still summer. I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah, she was born in Florida, so she get used to it. Get
Right.
used to it.
She'll get, yeah.
Okay. The next thing here is 9 in 10 cars now in now being sold in Norway are electric or hybrid.
Wow, that's really good
I mean, listen to
news.
the numbers.
Nine,
Nine
in
in 10
10
cars being sold in Norway are electric or
or
hybrid.
hybrid. Wow, that just lets me know that that's where we're moving to.
That's exactly where we're moving to.
Right.
You go to some of these, pass by some of these car dealerships. For example, the Honda dealership I pass by almost every day,
Mm,
and the new car lot is some. You can count how many new vehicles on one hand.
wow.
Yeah, that's yeah, and they keep blaming it on this conductor chip that you can't get a hold of right now to get into these vehicles. So I can see we're moving to electric, fast and furious,
Yes,
very
absolutely.
fast, very fast.
And I think they're doing that because eventually gas is going to be so expensive anyways for us to be able to buy. So
I
I
think it's
think
expensive right now.
it's expensive right now. Right now, it's
It's
definitely
three.
the three something.
It's been 305.
I thought I
Yeah,
saw 314
or
today.
314, something like
Yeah,
that.
so
Yeah, I
it's
don't really pay
definitely
attention to gas price, but
right. I just happened to look up today. I don't know where we were driving, coming from Sarasota, but definitely it's getting up there. So people are gonna get to a point where it's gonna drive you to get an electric.
Yeah,
Yeah, with
yeah.
the free
But
charging
that's where we're going.
stations. Yeah,
That's definitely where we're going.
absolutely.
Well, folks, thank you for hanging with us. This is the long show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
listen,
stick with us.
I remember the question that I wanted to ask pertaining to like relationship. What do you? I'm gonna leave you all with that, and tell us in the comment section what do you think. Um, when traveling, when doing a little road trip, or just just traveling, even if it's an hour or two, do you let your husband or your partner drive the whole way, or ladies, I'm talking to you, or do you help? What do you believe? What have you heard some people have said about that? Do they believe that the man should drive the whole way and the ladies just sit back, relax, and don't do any driving? What do you, even for yourself? What do you say about that?
Well, personally, um, my wife driving kind of scares me a bit. She's good for the most part, but we were returning from Sarasota, Florida today, and I was just tired. I mean, yesterday at the polo game at the club, and then we got up early this morning to head down to Sarasota. So it's been a long weekend. A lot's been done, and I was tired. And folks, I can almost say I almost slept like a baby coming back up.
He did. He
But
slept like a baby. Trust me. He
but
never flinched. My
yeah,
kids were making fun of him because he and my youngest were sleeping, and they were like, "Mom, Dad is sleeping like a big baby, and Sapai is sleeping like the little baby because she's a baby, but Dad, he's sleeping like a big baby."
yeah.
Because I drove so nicely. No,
But when you get into the city and then tapping the brakes, I jump up and I'm like, oh my God, is everything okay? But like I say,
no, no,
for
I
yeah,
was saying fire. That's what scared you. I said fire, fire, because my daughter was spelling fire. So I think that scared you. And you woke up because I was 5 minutes from home. I wasn't just entering the city. I was literally five
well,
minutes from.
that's what they say. When you're most closest to home, that's when most of your car accidents
I think that
happen.
is
So
true.
I
Yeah.
think probably when I got into the city, I was like, oh my gosh, I better get away. But no, let's be realistic.
Let's go
Seriously,
back to the
yeah,
driving.
but seriously,
He was so tired.
um, I can sit with my wife driving for a long haul. When we did that road trip out west,
Oh yeah, it was a
traveling
eight
eight
states.
states,
Hmm.
we shared the driving. I mean, I did
Absolutely.
most of it,
Yeah.
but
I don't mind. I think that
and she
I'm a
doesn't do too well at night. I think you admit that you don't drive too well at night.
it's not that I don't drive too well at night, it's because I wear glasses and I feel like my eyes get very tired at night. But
Quicker.
it was just that trip though. It was just that trip. But typically I like driving at night, Dre. Tell the truth. Typically I like driving at night.
I
I think
guess.
it was just that trip.
Well,
It
we're
was a
doing
lot.
500 miles a day.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
500 miles a day.
that was a lot.
9 days?
Yes,
9 days.
that was a lot.
Yeah.
So I seriously I don't mind driving at night. It was just that trip, specifically that trip. It was just a lot. But no, like today his goal was, well, he went into the rest stop, and he's putting his chair back, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm like, okay, you come to the passenger seat and let me drive. Like, come on. I don't mind driving, ladies. Some women think it's a no-no, but for me, I don't mind driving because I'm a great driver, and I knew I had to come home early enough because I wanted to make a nice dinner for my family. So if I just waited for him to take a nap and then wake up, then it would have taken us an extra 2 hours to get home. But no, I just got in the driver's seat and came. But you let me know, are you the type that just want to sit back, let your man drive you everywhere, or do you help when you see that he's tired?
I rather the help.
Yeah.
I'd rather they help.
I don't
You
mind
know.
helping because I feel like I'm a better driver. He's very slow, which is safe. But like if the speed limit is 70, why are you doing 65? I'm gonna do the 70, but he's gonna do 65 and it makes us get there like so much later.
Well, anyways, I got a ticket in was it Wyoming?
Yeah, that was not even yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see any black folks around, so I couldn't say Black Lives Matter.
Right, no,
But anyway,
no.
I don't really get into that whole Black Lives Matter stuff. Anyways, a lot of controversy in that.
Hmm.
Yes. Anyway, let's move on. It says hospital brace for an onslaught this winter for flu as well as COVID. Sound like they're putting fear in people here.
What?
Yeah, it says hospital brace for an onslaught
Wow.
this winter from flu as well as COVID.
Wow.
Now
Well,
I know COVID. Yeah, COVID is real. It's a plan.
absolutely.
It's a planned thing. It was created,
Hmm.
but there's just the fear that they put into people, and the Bible clearly says fear is sin. Remember, after the polo game yesterday, we were talking to that couple,
Hmm.
and I just pointed out, you know, the scripture says fear is sin,
Hmm.
and it's just the fear that they're putting in society, because normally to create a vaccine, it takes years to create a vaccine. Now, it's either one of two things,
The jab.
or the jab, they say nowadays. It's one of two things. Did they already have all of this vaccine made years ago,
The jab.
knowing
What's to
that this
come?
was this was what's to come? Stuff don't surprise me. I don't trust my government, anyways. But anyways,
Okay.
yeah, that's my take on that. All right, so let's next thing here says a student arrested in a school shooting is released. His family says he was bullied.
Yeah, I didn't get an opportunity to do in-depth research on that one, but I did see it.
Hmm.
So I really wanna it's still I just wow. I did see that part about him saying he was bullied and all of that. I still don't think that the gun should have been there.
Hmm.
I don't think he should have brought a gun to the school. Um, I think they should have done more for this to not, occur. But I wish I don't want to comment too much on it, except that the gun should have never been brought to school. Period.
Well, I mean, bullying is a real thing.
Absolutely.
Remember Trump's wife, what's her name?
Melania,
Melania.
I think.
She was supposed to address bullying
Yeah,
during her
and she did.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I remember she did.
anyways, I mean,
I think she did.
I don't know.
I think she did. I don't
I
know.
mean,
I really didn't follow.
they say Trump was a bully, so
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
Hmm.
bullying is a real thing,
Oh, absolutely.
and I remember when I was in, I think, maybe ninth grade.
Okay.
Um, there was, make a long story short, there was this bully.
Hmm.
Well, he bullied everybody, and I was in, I think, art class, and he walked around the class and he was slapping everyone in the head. And why did we have glass bottles in the class? I don't understand. But we were supposed to draw the glass bottles. Wow, you think about glass bottles in the class? I don't think they do that anymore. But anyways, so he came slapping everyone in their head, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna have him slap me in my head.
Right.
Big dude, I probably was 110. He's probably close to 200.
Whoa.
So there was
Now
no way I can.
that's that's unmatched. Okay.
Yeah. So there was no way I could take this fella down, but I had to use my brain.
Right.
So he came to me, and So I says, man. So I said to him, you're not gonna hit me in my head. So he said, well, what are you gonna do about it, Jamaican boy? What are you gonna do about it, Jamaican boy? So I held the bottle in my hand and I said, man, all you gotta do is just touch me one time. That's all you gotta do. Just touch me one time. So it's like, Jamaican boy, what you gonna do, Jamaican boy? Now, tell you the truth, within me, I was scared.
Of
And I
course.
know for a fact I was not going to slaughter this dude with no
Right.
bottle because I was going to
Absolutely.
be in more trouble than him.
Right.
So it was all a mind game.
Right.
And I got the best of him. He never touched me. Make a long story short, we graduated from school. After, we're talking about years later.
Mm-hmm.
The the principal knew what happened because we had to both go to the office. The principal saw me in the bank. I'm talking about after I graduated from high school. And he's like, hey, Andre, how you doing? And I'm like, nah, don't tell me that he remembered me from the Clint situation. Clint wanted to hit me in my head, and I threatened to slaughter him with a bottle.
Mm.
And I saw the guy, Clint, who wanted to hit me in the head. I didn't call the last name. She's kicking me like, oh my gosh. Anyways, I saw Clint, and I'm like, Clint came to me and he's like, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? I said, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Anyways, but there are some situations where you have to take action. I don't agree with you bringing a gun to school, but sometimes you tell your principal, you tell your guidance counselor what you're going through, and they don't take action.
Yeah, this is a sad
Yeah, sad
situation. I
situation.
think I don't know if I. Wow, I don't know. I wanted to again. I have yet to read it in depth. I know the parents say that he was bullied. I wish they said, well, did he communicate that to his parents prior to this, and what actions did the parents take as well? Usually you present a lawyer representing your child against the school system not taking charge and stopping this.
Well, I
You
mean,
know, that's
we kind of we hope we never have to deal with a situation like
absolutely, yeah.
this. But that's
I
why I teach
pray communication
communication
would be open with
and
our kids.
my kids. We have a boxing.
Yes,
What?
the gloves,
Yeah, they have boxing
the
gloves,
dummy, the boxing
and
dummy,
they got a punching bag. They got a
punching bag.
punching bag in the back
Right,
room there. And hey, I tell them, hey, learn to punch there.
absolutely.
And sometimes my daughter come at me. She's like, Daddy, swing at me. Let me. I'm
Block
like,
you.
block you, and I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, all right. This is just a little preparation, just in case if you ever have to deal with any of this in school. But what would we do in a situation where this kid probably have went to all of the guidance counselor and he's not getting no real answers?
Like I said, I pray that my child would have would have the ability to communicate that to me. And what I would do is obviously go to the school. And if I see that they are not taking any action, I would present my kid's lawyer as a representative. That's what I would do, point blank, period.
And for those who can't afford to hire a lawyer,
No matter what, get the lawyer and hope that the lawyer will just,
installments
yeah, installments, and hope that just having the presence of the lawyer will scare them straight, that they'll get themselves in order.
or a public defender.
Yeah,
Get
absolutely.
some legal
There's some
legal
legal
help.
help.
Legal
There's
help.
legal help available if you can't afford.
Okay. All right. Next story here. It says, Texas abortion, U.S. appeal court reinstate new near total ban. So basically, Texas says, say, in 6 weeks of pregnancy, basically there was a ban, and they fought it. The higher courts fought it and says, no, you can't do that. But now basically Texas, another court fought it and reinstate the near total ban on abortion. And I've been following this story. So now they're back to the near total ban. So it's all about saving lives. That's all I can say.
Oh, okay.
It's all about saving lives. Um, there's some people protesting in Texas. Well, of course, something like this, an issue like this, there's going to be major protests.
Right.
So it's all about saving lives.
Mhm.
All about saving lives. Okay, so next story here: 18 former NBA players are charged in a $4 million healthcare fraud scandal.
Yeah, I feel like I heard about this story.
Yeah, so it's, 18 of them
Right.
got caught up in being charged in a $4 million healthcare
Wow.
fraud.
That's sad. It's sad. It's sad that
Talk
they
about
have
the
to.
love of money.
Right. It's sad that they have to succumb to this. And who are they defrauding? The least fortunate,
Yeah,
I would say. You know, the ones that need the health care the most, and they're being taken advantage of.
and more like they're preying on poor people.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
That's really
Yeah.
sad, and whoever's involved, they should be held accountable.
Oh yeah, they're holding them accountable, all right.
Wow.
For the love of money. People say, then they say the other way around. Uh, money is sin.
Money is
Or
the root of all evil.
no, the money is the root of all evil. No, money is not the root of all evil. It's the love of money.
That's right. That's
God
right.
never get it twisted in His word. It's just like people use the rainbow to represent
Their belief, but
their
we
belief.
know in scripture, it's a promise to us as believers, as Christians, that the rainbow stands for I will never flood the land again.
Yeah, that's yeah. That's just simply what it means. When you see
Yeah.
that rainbow, that's God telling you He will not flood this earth again to kill off these wicked people.
Right. That was a promise
Again,
that
it was
he
a
made.
promise.
Yeah.
But some people take the rainbow for a total different.
Right.
It's crazy.
Some people don't even let me tell. I want to intercede. Like some people don't even. Wait. Okay. So one time someone had bought some rainbow sandals, and the husband's like, "Are you kidding? Do you know what you're representing?" And she's like, "Lucy, I don't want it. You can have it." I'm like, "What's wrong with it?" She's like, "My husband don't want me to wear it because he says that the women or whoever is gonna want me." And I'm like, no, remember what scripture tells us? It's just a promise from our God, Daddy God. So people are just not thinking. So they're staying away from wearing rainbow colors because I'm like, it's so over the top. No, I'm gonna wear my rainbow shoes, my rainbow shirt because of the promises of God. Okay?
Okay. I mean, I went into a store the other day. I saw a really nice cup,
Mhm.
and I was thinking about buying it, but then I saw the rainbow. I was
You
like,
see, he's one of those people.
I know what the Word of God said, but it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I bring this cup to church, running late with my tea.
See? They're like, Brother Dre, I see that you're supporting
The agenda or
right,
whatever the lifestyle.
whatever lifestyle. But it's like, no, I'm gonna buy whatever I want as long as there's no message on there. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
All right.
funny.
Yeah, that's fun. Let's jump to the next story here. It says how the semiconductor shortage could be a problem. Basically, it's this chip they've been talking about for the
For the
longest
vehicle.
for the vehicle,
Mhm.
and it says how that shortage could be a problem. I think it is a
The problem right
already.
now, yeah.
So there's a, but I always think there's a bigger picture,
Absolutely.
something bigger behind, going behind the scenes.
Things that we're not privy to.
Right.
Yeah.
Gas prices are up there, and it's not only here in the United States that we're having a gas issue. Well, we're not so much having a gas issue here, but in other countries. But as we saw the earlier story about in Norway,
Mhm.
to 10, 9 in every 10.
That's pretty awesome.
I mean, that's just giving you the
Wow.
yeah.
That's where we're
what's to
moving
come.
to,
That's where we're
folks.
moving to.
Yeah.
Okay, it says near, and let me know what you think about it. It says Tina Turner sells music rights for reported 50 million.
Wow, that's awesome.
Sound like somebody running short on cash.
Wow, wow, wow.
Because if you're selling your music rights,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know if it was only one child she had, but I believe he died.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe it's like, what do I have? Who is she
No.
gonna pass it down to? Let me just sell it. You know, she's well in her late 70s, if not 80s now. So maybe she's selling those things because she understands you can't take anything with you when you die.
I guess that's one way to look at it, but
Yeah.
you could will it down to somebody, but I guess.
Well, her son, I believe, died, if I'm not mistaken. I have to do some research on that,
But
but
if you got a strong will and all of that,
Mhm.
you could, yeah, I'm sure she got family members.
oh yeah, absolutely, she has family members.
Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna check because I want to make sure I am telling the truth. But if I can recall correctly, her son died a few years ago.
no.
Yeah, what do you think? You think what?
Um, I don't think she should sell it
You don't think
because she's making money off of it,
Mhm.
her rights of owning. But she's 70. Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Oh, it was her oldest child. I'm sorry. Her oldest child died in 2018.
How many children she got?
Um,
Well, it says the older, so
yes.
unless the others are being
She must say,
a bit naughty to mommy.
I think, it looked like she had possibly three, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow. Well, anyways,
Oh, okay. Well,
who knows?
right.
All right, well, let's jump to the next one. So it's worker go on strike against Kellogg's U.S. cereal plant. I was going over this story here. Let me go say it again. Workers go on strike against Kellogg's U.S. cereal plants.
Okay.
So basically, Kellogg's company is sending all of the jobs to Mexico.
Oh.
They're moving to Mexico basically,
Mhm.
and majority of these workers you see, these are Caucasian folks, and basically nowadays, folks, shareholders, owners of large corporations, well, it's been that way for years.